The Long Road Back, a tale of defiance and redemption. I still remember the day they laughed the loudest. It was during dinner. The kind of dinner where everyone is supposed to be sharing their day, their news, their hopes, but all I had was a sketchpad, my dreams, and a glimmer of audacity that everyone around me called foolish. My family, well-meaning but narrow-minded, had always looked at me as if I was a misstep in their carefully curated life. When I told them I wanted to become a painter, they scoffed. When I declared I turned my passion for game development into a career, they jeered. They'd say, "That's a pipe dream," or worse, "You're embarrassing us with your ridiculous ambitions." I was just a kid then. No money, no connections, only a spark of hope that refused to be extinguished. But their words sank deep, seeping into my bones, whispering that I was destined to fail, that I should give up and conform. Yet, beneath the weight of their contempt, something stirred. I couldn't live a life defined by their doubts. I packed my bags, left the house I'd known, and set out on a path that no one believed in. I faced rejection after rejection, every door slammed shut, every investment I sought refused, every moment of doubt threatening to drown me. But I kept going, driven by something unbreakable. Years passed. I poured my soul into my work, nights blending into days, setbacks becoming lessons. I developed my first game, a pixelated adventure with a heart, a story I crafted from my pain and hope. It was rough, imperfect, but it was mine. I launched it onto the digital marketplace, and slowly people started to notice. Word spread. Critics called it a raw gem. Gamers found a piece of themselves in it. Then came the breakthrough. A major publisher saw potential in my work. Funding, exposure, partnerships. My little indie project turned into a burgeoning business. My art, once mocked as childish, became a brand. My name appeared in gaming magazines, and I was invited to speak at conferences. I had proved everyone wrong. But success alone isn't enough. It's the comeback that defines a person. I returned home one crisp autumn evening, the kind that makes your skin tingle. The house hadn't changed much since I left. Still the same quiet street, the same peeling paint on the porch. But I was different now. I'd built something from nothing. I was a creator, a pioneer, someone they'd laughed at but now watched with hesitant respect. That night, I arrived unannounced. My family was inside, gathered around the old dining table, unaware of what awaited them. As I stepped through the door, my presence seemed to shift the air. Silence fell. They looked up. At first, confusion, then shock, then disbelief as they recognized me. I carried with me a portfolio, a symbol of the journey I'd endured. I placed it gently on the table and opened it, revealing my art, my games, my story. The room grew heavy with emotion as I watched their faces, faces that once mocked, now staring at what I'd become. My father's eyes widened, his jaw slackening. My mother's hands trembled as she clutched her apron. My siblings looked on, their faces a storm of guilt and wonder. I spoke, my voice steady but fierce. I did this because I believed. I believed in myself when no one else did. I fought every rejection, every doubt, every insult. I proved that dreams, no matter how ridiculous they seem, can come true if you refuse to give up. And today, I stand before you not as the kid you mocked, but as someone who refused to be broken. I am proof that persistence and passion can rewrite your story. The silence stretched. Then, slowly, my father reached out, tears in his eyes. He looked at the art, the games, the story of my journey. "I was wrong," he whispered. "We were wrong." My mother bowed her head, speechless but tearful. My siblings, quiet now, looked at me with new eyes, respect replacing ridicule. That night, I didn't just return as a successful artist and developer. I returned as a testament to the power of resilience. I returned to remind them, and maybe myself, that the road to greatness is paved with doubt, rejection, and heartbreak. But it's also lined with hope, grit, and the unshakable belief that your dreams are worth fighting for. And as I left the house that night, I knew this wasn't just a victory for me. It was a victory for everyone who's ever been told they're foolish for dreaming. Because sometimes the biggest triumph is simply returning home, not just to show those who doubted you what you've become, but to show yourself that you never truly left the fight. This is my story. This is my redemption.